Oh my god. Okay. So, I tried editing for the first time.
Talk to me about the first time, the virgin being unvirgined.
So, the bitchiest part was lining up our audio.
100%.
Yeah, because like we didn't do a clap. We didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
that's why people do claps. And that
I didn't.
Sort of
We
thing.
didn't. I didn't give him the clap. Here, let me.
We tried that a couple times, but we forgot.
Yeah, and it definitely helps.
Yeah.
But holy shit, because like I would say something, and then you'd respond while I was saying it. I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's
That's
confusing.
Yeah, that's not right. So I did that. So the first step, I lined up all the audio, and like even when like I couldn't line up the audio, I'd like cut parts and like put in different places, and like switch silence with parts, and like it worked.
Mm-hmm.
But then, with the audio, after I was editing that, I forgot to like cut and edit, like cut out parts of like the video that weren't with the audio. So like we'd be talking, and on the screen a generator would explode because we'd miss a thing, and then you'd hear the explosion like 2 minutes later. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, fuck this shit.
It can. Yeah, a lot of things can go wrong.
So I started at 2 p.m. and then I fucked it, and then I had to restart. I deleted it all, and I tried again. But this time I was doing them at the same time, and I was like, holy shit, it's working. And I like generally lined up the audio, like just so like we would respond in a general time. But then it just got so distorted, like it got to the point where like it just like lining it up like that wasn't enough, that it fucked up again. And that was by like 4. I was like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
So I deleted it again. I cried. I watched TikTok for like 30 minutes. I came back and I was like,
do this. Strap in.
I gotta do this. And then, okay, so then I fucking went in. I was like, concentrate. If I cut the audio, I need to cut the fucking video, vice versa. And
Yeah.
so what I tried to do was I had my perspective, your perspective for video, and then my audio, your audio, and I tried to make the video like I'd slowly merge them. So whatever I didn't use, I delete, so I wouldn't have like extra strands of like random clips. But for the audio, I'd have your clip, and then anytime I just wanted to hear you, I would delete my clip under that, or I'd leave my clip under that if we're having a conversation.
Smart.
So I was like, okay, this is working. And then disaster strikes.
No.
Okay, so I don't know why, but I downloaded. So you gave me the hard drive, and I downloaded the fucking what is it called? I downloaded like your footage, and the wires kind of wonk, so like it disconnected, and even though I downloaded the footage, it said media offline because it didn't know where the media was coming from. It had no source, or whatever. I was like, oh shit, that sucks. I plug it back in. None of it was saved. It's not. It's like 8 o'clock. Okay, so I'm like,
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm coming everywhere out of angry cum, and I was like, oh my fucking god. So I get it together. I'm like, round 4 or 5, baby. We get it this time. And I did it.
Good job.
And I did it. The audio
It's a bitch.
Yeah, the audio was lined up with each other and the video, and like I edited the audio so we respond in a normal human talking time. Because I'd be like, dude, what the fuck did people? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm not even done with my question. Why is he talking? But like, yeah. So I did it. So now all I need to do is like add the funnies to it,
Nice.
and then I'm done.
Nice.
That's
great.
That took from 2 to like 11:30ish. I was like,
It's a process. It's
oh my
a full
god.
work day right there.
But I think it will not take that long next time if we clap, and I like actually understand how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, that hard drive with it, like the plug being so like loose,
Luckily,
sucks.
you know how it's bent. I have one.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
And that was the editing experience.
How was it? How would you rate it?
Out of 10, Like, I think it was like an 8 out of 10.
That's good.
Like, I understand why it took so long.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my first time, so I can't be that mad.
Yeah.
Most of the mistakes weren't because editing is trash, it's because I'm trash.
Fair.
And I think that's a mindset everyone needs to have. Life isn't trash. You're trash.
That's a great.
You're trash.
It's a great mindset.
But yeah, that shit was fucking... It just made me really sad.
Yeah, it's exhausting. And
But alas, now that I get to put the funny edits,
the funnies are a lot more fun.
yeah, I actually get to enjoy and be creative
Yeah,
and like,
that's the creative
because
part.
so there's this one scene. I'm gonna spoil it a little.
That's okay.
So we are in a room. This is Dead by Daylight. Spoiler: Dead by Daylight. It's a horror game, and we're in this room. I'm healing you, blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, go to the next generator. You walk out a door.
Mm-hmm.
You look down the hallway. There's no one there. You turn left down the hallway. You go to the other generator. I finish my generator. I walk down the hallway, and boom, the killer's fucking there. And I was editing it, and I shit myself.
Nice.
Because I wasn't expecting that, because I was watching yours, and I was just watching you go, and then I hear my audio, all of a sudden of me fucking screaming, run.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ah! Fucking run! Run! I turn, and I switch the view to the other one, and the killer's just there. I'm like, what the fuck? How is he there? And just like, in the 13 seconds of us being a part of you walking, me getting done with the generator, he walks out.
Wow.
And I'm just like, that's so fucking unlucky for us, but
Yeah.
so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
editing experience
Cool.
sucks. Pay me money. to
One
do
day.
But fuck.
Maybe
oh
one
my
day.
god, it sucked. Hold on, I need a burp.
Yeah, man. Well, that's good. That's great, actually. And yeah, I think your idea of like hopping on Discord and just like kind of editing
Yeah,
simultaneously would be a good
yeah,
idea.
to get your creative juice flowing. Oh my god, it was so painful.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
the audio lineup.
Yeah.
I will never. Even against my worst enemy, I would never wish for them to line up audio that like makes it sound like a normal conversation when they have no like audio cues to line up with. Like, oh my god,
It's painful.
it was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
At least with like podcasts and stuff, it takes a while, but it's just like, all right, this angle, switch back to this angle, switch back to this angle, switch back.
Yeah, it's like cut, delete this one, now this one.
Yeah, and cut some parts.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about the audio.
Yeah.
And it's just, you just play the audio and you edit.
Well,
It's basically doing the funny edits, but it's like work edits.
You do have to
Boring.
sync it up initially. Like that's kind of a bitch sometimes, especially with multiple angles. You have to sync up both angles with the audio, but once it's synced, you're good.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad. I want to cry. Like against my worst enemy, I would never fucking. That reminds me, my worst enemy.
Ooh.
I was playing a video game, and this guy on my team got really, really mad, and we lost. We lost the game. Whatever. It was a normal, non-ranked. I don't lose anything. I was just doing it for fun, and I always say, "GG, well played." Regardless if I win or lose, I'm never toxic. Always
That's
preach
great.
positivity because I hate being toxic and I hate toxic people. Like
Yeah.
to toxic people that being toxic, it makes them like feel good and boost their like morale when they win. But when I do it when I win, I just feel fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have said that.
That's
They
good.
probably already feel bad. I'm not gonna pour salt on thine wound.
100%.
But this guy on my team was being so mean to my teammates,
Oh.
and he said a racial slur.
Oh.
And
Gotta
he said,
throw in the racism.
and he said a homophobic slur.
Gotta throw in the homophobia.
I was like, and this is why I typed word for word. I was like, hey man, you really shouldn't say, and I put in quotations, the homophobic slur and the racial slur.
Yeah.
You should really think about that. It's
Uh-oh.
not cool, man. And he got really mad at me. So we lost. I said, GG, well played. And at the end of the game, there's like a little chat in the bottom left where you can, so you can see all your stats. You can honor people. You can see how well you did. You can see the grade you got, whatever. And I said, GG, well played. Good job, team. We did our best. And I said, so the guy's name was like fucking Seth something, like Seth07 or some shit like that. And I typed his username. I said, Seth, say GG, you fucking loser. I was like, you're such a
Nice.
bitch. I was like, oh my god, this guy just pisses me off. And I left.
Nice.
And I was with my friend, and I was like, oh, the Seth guy added me back. Like, he added me as a friend.
Ooh.
He added me as a friend. And, like, when people do that and you are on bad terms with them, they do it to make fun of you
He's got
and
words to
yell.
say.
And he has angry words to say. And I was like, do I add him back? And my friend was like, yeah, why not? Just let's see what he has to say. So he was like, so I added him, and holy shit, he just screamed, my parents are divorced. My mother's being fucked by a black man now.
Oh my God.
I hate black people. My sister is bisexual, and I'm conservative. He like said the most graphic, racial, like things. He said he said some very it was bad. He was like, give me your address. Give me your address.
Oh my
give me your
God.
address. So the purpose of them giving your address is that they'll call 911 and they'll
swat you.
they'll swat. They'll be like, hey, this guy's a fucking bomb. Here's your address. La la la. And then they'll like, come in, bang bang, kill you, right? And that's how that's what Twitch streamers. That's what they had with them, right? So he wanted my address. I was like, wow, this guy's weird. He's like, you're such a punk little kid. He was like, I'll slit your throat. I'll slit your throat. I was like, oh my God. He's like, I'll go to your house. I'll fucking kill you. I was like, oh my God, dude, this kid. He's like, I'll fuck your mom. I'll fuck her. I was like, oh my Jesus Christ. And he's like, you're probably just a punk little kid. And I was like, actually, I'm 49. And he took that seriously.
I am your dad.
He's like, I'm like, I am your dad. And he goes, and he's a high schooler, and he loves cars, and this is how I know. I said, actually, I'm 49. And he's like, you're 49? You're probably a fucking loser that drives a Prius. I drive a BMW M3 to my school.
Wow.
And I'm like, and this is the only toxic thing I said. I said, this is factual. I do drive a Prius. It's automatic. So I can finger bang your mother while I drive her to work.
It's entirely
and that was
warranted.
it. That was it. That's all I said. He told me to kill myself. And I said, man, I really hope you don't kill yourself. And then he unadded me. And I was like, wow. The internet is a bad place. Get off it.
You handled it well, though.
Well, because I hate being toxic.
You handled it well, and then you pulled out the zinger at the end.
Yeah,
It's great.
I love zingers.
He would be very mad if you were to actually, like, bang his mom, considering he said, like, black guy.
I should have said I'm black, by the way. Because I was on the internet. He wouldn't know that I'm not actually black.
I think he would kind of, like, just clump you in with, like, everybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah, exactly. You know, people, like, they weren't racist. They were just not aware.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh my God, are you Mexican? Oh my God, are you Indian? Oh my God, are you black? I was like, I'm actually all of those. I'm Filipino. But yeah, like, he was so angry. Like, I don't think I could even pull up that anger even if I wanted to. Like, I don't think I could bring myself to say those things out of anger.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, no.
Like yeah, that's just not in me to just go off like that.
Conserv-
Especially over a game. Like,
conservative anger is so ruthless and vile.
it's unfettered anger.
It's
wrath
unfettered,
like you've never seen.
primal rage. Oh, like, it was so bad. Like, he was so, just makes me sad. Mongrels. Penis in my butthole. Penis in my butthole. They like them penis in my butthole. Hey. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Back to the potty, I guess.
Should I talk about my puke?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, I had to... Oh, well, that's one thing. So I'll lay the foundation of the story. Monday last week, 6 days ago, you whip out the vape. Now, I've only puffed on a vape a few times before. Not in a long time, too. Because it's never been something I've been super interested in doing. Never really felt the need to. Nicotine in general, not really something I was interested in that much. But I figured it would be like a... kind of like an alcohol thing. Where, like, drink maybe...
It's
eventually,
poison, but we want it.
Eventually, I'll probably... I won't drink all the time. But every now and then, I'll have a beer. I'll have a glass of wine. Just when I'm hanging with the buds.
An alcoholic glass of cum.
So I do that. You whip out the vape and I take a hit, but it's like the first one is like really light, and it's like it's been before. I don't really feel anything other than like a nice minty refreshness.
Nice, cool, open sensation.
And but then you're like, oh, you didn't puff on it for too long, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go for a bit longer.
Okay, pussy.
So I do.
And he does.
and it enters party mode,
Yeah.
which I've never made it do before. And instantaneously my whole body goes completely numb, and I just sit back and I'm like, ooh, and it feels really nice. And I'm like,
so
oh, cool.
this wasn't like,
And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna let this one just kind of sit for a
let's
few
ride
minutes,
this out. Let's
and then
ride
we'll
it out.
and then we'll go big. We'll go big or we'll go home. And I chose to go big. So, but then after a few minutes of the first one, I started to feel a little queasy, and I wish I had like taken note of that a bit more than I did, because I went back for a second one and I like puffed maybe for like 4 or 5 seconds, so I went into party mode, and then I like pulled it away for a second, but then quickly took like another like 2-second puff, and that was when, and then it hit much harder that time, even harder. I just like sat. You remember I sat there and I was just like, oh, I like couldn't even talk for like a solid 2 minutes.
I was like, oh my god.
I was like, oh wow.
I was like, you good, Kev?
And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm good.
That's
I was
actually
like, okay, and
that's
then
exactly what he sounded like. He was like,
yeah. And then after about 5 minutes, we had Bo Burnham's Inside on. It was early on. It was during the How the World Works song.
yeah, the sock. I love that song.
Yeah,
great
song.
Jinx, kiss me.
And basically, I was just like, oh no, it's coming. And then my mouth fills up with some stuff, and I keep it all in.
Yeah,
At first, I went.
Yeah.
And this has happened before, but it happened under different. It happened under different circumstances before, but I knew what was happening. So I briefly considered going for this trash can, but it was super full. I knew I would get it all over the bed. It wasn't going to work. So I make a mad dash for the bathroom.
The maddest of all dashes.
Not quite mad enough, because it spews all over the hallway.
Yeah, did it come up again and like launches it out or something?
Oh yeah, I had a second gag, and that
so
just like
fucking good.
blasted basically two mouthfuls worth, because I already had the one in there that I was
Oh,
holding.
it was like you're already loaded up,
and then another one came, and I was like, yeah. So fortunately though, it wasn't quite as, I think last time I had 2 blasts like before I got to the bathroom. This time it was just 1, but so it got all over the floor and the oven and the wall and my sister's shoes, which I'll get to that in a second.
Oh no! Because I moved them. So
yeah. I didn't know who moved them, but
I moved them because I needed to clean.
It's okay. It's all okay now. But I made it to the bathroom, spewed another load.
What happened?
I spewed another load into the sink, and then I went for the toilet. And so I stayed by the toilet. Yeah,
the safest place of all.
But unfortunately, like, it kind of blasted all over the toilet, got all over the back, got over the wall.
Yeah,
it was a mess. But the rest of it mostly was in the toilet. So after like 1 hour exactly of just like puking every 15 minutes, it really did come and go in waves too. I was like, okay, I'm probably okay. I'm gonna grab this bowl. I'm gonna come back here. That's when you took off. Did not puke anymore after that, but still did not feel great. Kind of just laid here for like a solid hour and a half.
Did you not fall asleep?
Maybe I did. I don't remember. But oh well, I had to clean up a lot of stuff first, and I thought we did a pretty good job, better than last time. You helped me, thank you. I'll forever appreciate it.
Because like your dad was gonna wake up. I was like,
he did wake up like 20 minutes after you left too. So definitely smart move. But over the course of the night, I kind of just like inspect the areas and just like I see a little bit more, and so I'm like, oh, wipe it down.
This is new. I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah, and so eventually though I go to bed thinking that
all is well with the
I got
world.
the gist. I got the gist of it. Unfortunately though, the next day,
no,
I'm sitting on the couch, and my mom like wakes up and comes downstairs, and I mentioned that. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. After you left, I had poopy, and it was there was one big piece, and then it just spewed diarrhea. And it was
like
definitely that. It was, yeah, exactly. It was definitely like that vape. It fucked my body up, but that's okay, because I mentioned that I was really not feeling good to my parents. You know, I like the night before. I was just like, oh, my stomach was hurting last night. So, and then my mom's like, oh, is that what was all over the bathtub? That I saw this morning, thinking that I had like diarrhea or something all over like the side of the toilet and the bathtub. And I was like, no, that I didn't diarrhea all over the toilet and the bathtub. And I was like, I'm caught. I gotta fess up because there was like a blotch that I missed on the side of the bathtub and also the right side of the toilet. I don't know how it got up under there, but it was there. And so I'm like, there might have been another, because I told last time, I just told there was a puking incident. Somebody wasn't feeling good, didn't even say who. This time I was like, there might have been another puking incident. I fessed up that it was a vape, and I hit a vape, and they weren't mad or anything. They were just like, they just kind of laughed basically, and were like, it was all good. It went smoother than I actually thought it would, but yeah, there was like there was still more left. And then the next day, it wasn't until the next day that my mom noticed my sister's shoes had some chunks on it, and I felt so bad. I was like, I was like, no, I feel bad. I don't want this. I quickly grabbed some wipes, wiped it down, wiped it down, disinfected, and that was the last of it. And but then I now that they knew what happened, I was able to be like, I think I have a really terrible. My mom like smoked for 10 years before she had me. She quit when she like found out she had me, or she was pregnant.
Damn.
So
10
like,
years and then just stopping.
Yeah. So I just was like, I wonder if her like smoking made like the inverse happen to me, to where I have an absurdly. I don't think that's how it works, but that was just kind of.
That's definitely a thing, though, or like that's definitely a thing that you could think of it like that.
Yeah, it was like I just have like no tolerance whatsoever, and I looked up like, because for the next 3 days I was like, my stomach was grumbling and it was hurting on and off, and it was still like coming in waves where I would occasionally feel nauseous, and I had no appetite. Like I barely ate anything. I tried to make mac and cheese one night, like didn't even eat any of it. And I looked it up, and like I was like, nicotine poisoning symptoms, nicotine over like whatever. I was just looking stuff up, and like people were talking like on Reddit about, I feel I have all these symptoms. Am I vaping too much? I'm smoking constantly every single day, and I've been doing it for years, and now I'm finally starting to feel pretty nauseous and losing my appetite, like all the things I was feeling. And everyone was like, bro, you're vaping or taking like too much. It sounds like nicotine, like you're taking way too much nicotine. You gotta lay off. And I'm like, I took 2 puffs on this thing, and I'm feeling all these like extreme, this stuff you only feel.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I was like, well, there must be, my body just can't handle it, which is fine. I mean, I'm not sad about that. That means there's no shot of me being addicted to cigarettes ever.
Yeah.
Because,
wow.
which is, so like totally fine. I know not to do it anymore. That's okay. But yeah, that was that. That was that whole ordeal.
Oh my God.
Start to finish.
God.
And so yeah, it's all good now.
Jesus.
It's over. I feel pretty much better.
Oh my fucking God.
But it was days that I was like, oh God.
So, oh my God. Okay,
talk to me.
Let's run it back.
Mm-hmm.
So my perspective of the entire situation. We'll skip everything until like you did that, like the hit that killed the Kev.
Yeah.
You were like, he was like sitting on like that thing. He was like sitting there, and he was like. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, his head just rolled.
Yeah.
This guy's gone. Send help. And this is what I hear. I hear that. It's just a ball of gas. And he just exhales. I'm like, next one's not going to be gas. That is...
I wish you'd mentioned.
Liquid is a-coming. You went...
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And then yeah, you went, and then your just head was up all the way to the toilet. So from my perspective, I come out, and it was like a Picasso painting.
Yeah.
On the walls. It wasn't like that bad, but I was surprised it got there. But it makes sense I was up there because your head was up.
Yeah.
And like it got to places I couldn't even reach. Yeah, like Kevin had to reach it, and like, yeah, it was just and then like he went to the toilet, and after I was done cleaning, I sit back here and I'm just chilling. I'm waiting. I'm giving Kevin his mental preparation to not fucking die, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I thought you flushed the toilet,
Mm-hmm.
but it was you. It was the entire load of his stomach
Yeah. Pizza.
went into the it sounded like someone poured a bucket of water into the toilet. It was like, and then here I'm like, I was like, oh, he's flushing. He's done cleaning. Good for him. I hear, I'm like, oh my god, that was all liquid.
Yeah, my entire stomach got
was
empty.
Empty.
By the last time I gagged, it was like barely anything came out. I was just gagging,
It was
heaving.
dry heaving.
Dry heaving.
Yeah. It was. I was like, oh my god. It literally. I cannot describe it. It was. It sounded like you poured water down the toilet, and I legitimately thought, oh, he's like washing it out, make sure he's getting everything. Good for him. Oh my god. Then I just hear you just. I was like, oh my god, this guy's still going. Jesus,
Yeah.
Jesus H Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, but other than that, oh, that was crazy.
It was a time.
Cause
experience.
when my friend had his bad experience
Mhm.
and he threw up, that was on weed.
Mhm.
It wasn't a vape, and it was at a cabin. We were like camping and all that, and he was like, "Oh, I feel sick," and then he just got really pale, went to fell asleep, and the next day he was fine. But obviously, here, I'll move this down. But obviously, for Kev, he was sick for a couple days.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might actually be allergic. Get allergic. You're allergic to nicotine. Get wrecked.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
And honestly, there were no L's taken in that allergicness.
Nah,
So
no, there's not. No, it really makes me appreciate my trusty pen a lot more.
Yes.
Only one time my stomach kind of was a little upset after taking it for some reason for an hour, and I thought it was related, but never anything bad.
never, ever.
Just yeah, it's good stuff.
It has never done us wrong.
Never done us wrong.
Never doubt the pen.
Never ever.
Honestly, I do think personally, the pen is the best way to get high. That's just my opinion.
It is. It's very nice. It's
Yeah.
very convenient.
It's convenient. The smell isn't that bad.
Yeah.
The taste isn't bad.
Yeah.
You can get in flavors and shit.
Yeah, it's great.
And
There's no downsides.
There's no smell. You don't have to have a lighter. You don't need to go outside. You just need to puff it out the window.
Yeah.
It's great.
Love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. 10 out of 10.
It's my buddy. But yeah.
But yeah, so that was that night's experience. I didn't even think it was that gross. I was just like, ew, how did it get up there? I was like,
yeah, no,
how?
I forever am grateful for your, sticking by me,
I was
helping me clean up.
What if
My
you were
buddy.
just vomit and I just left? You just heard the door
I'm
close.
out.
I'm just my head's popping out there. All right, later, Kev. Hear my car start. I just drive off. I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, yikes, that was a close one, guys.
Oof.
Whew. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it got all over my Teddy Fresh too. I found some stain remover and it's good now. You can't even see any stains, but so it was okay.
I was like, oh wow. Here we go again.
Yeah.
No.
And it was two completely different reasons too.
Yeah.
Which is, but so I know, I mean, definitely never to do a nicotine.
I have thrown up on because of the Schweed.
Yeah.
I think I just got I already told you the story, but basically, I just smoked a little too much, and then my mom got home, and then I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And she asked me. I already told you. She asked me. So we were all sitting at the dinner table, and I was I was that, and I couldn't concentrate. I ate some chicken, walked around the house, threw up, took a nap. My mom waked me up, and she was like, hey, you didn't do what I told you to. So I walked around the house again, and then took another nap.
Yeah.
And then a couple days later, she was like, hey, that day you weren't really acting yourself. What was going on?
On there.
And I was like, I had a migraine. I felt nauseous. And she was like, oh, I hope you feel better. I was like, thanks, Mom. You're just the best.
Yeah.
I would never lie to you, ever. Also, what is your sleep schedule like right now?
So, well, it's good news that I'm only working like 3 days a week, so my sleep schedule is very inconsistent because of that. So, like today, I got up at like 11, and I went to bed at like, well, I fell asleep at like 2, and then went to bed at like 5.
How long is 5 to 2?
5 a.m. to 2? That
PM, yeah.
would be 9 hours.
Damn, I'm a lazy bum.
It's all right. Sleep's important.
Yeah, but like 5 a.m. to... So the past like... What's the date?
It is the 12th, my birthday.
So,
It's my birthday, by the way.
Yeah, happy
Happy
fucking birthday, you
Just
bastard
recording
child.
This is my birthday. Let's go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so from August, from like the last week of August until now, I've been going to sleep at from 5 a.m. to 2. And I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I feel so... I feel so bad and inefficient and unproductive, and it makes me so sad. But like,
yeah.
I'm trying to stay awake past 5, so I can fall asleep at like whatever time the next day. And holy shit, I just can't. So for the past like a couple weeks, it's just 5 to 2. Oh my god, it fucking sucks. It sucks dick shit.
Gotta fix that.
I'm trying so goddamn hard. And I just can't. My small pea brain is like, oh, you're tired now. Nappy wappy. Wake up at 2. The day before yesterday, I actually tried to like stay awake, and I fell asleep and I didn't even realize it. I was like, so like I was up until like 9, and I was like, all right, I got this. And stay loud outside, and I was like, oh my gosh, my neck hurts. And all I remember is going like this and just cracking my neck and then waking up and it's like 4. I'm like, fuck me in the butthole.
Damn.
Like, it's so hard to do. I just accept that this is my life now. What was the song I was listening to? Sweater Weather
Oh, I know that song.
by whoever the fuck.
I don't know who did.
By whoever the fuck. I was listening to that song. And I was like, you know what? This is a great song. And then I was like, I need my guitar. So, I need to listen to that song again. And I think I have something down.
He's got some.
I think I got something down. But yeah, but like recently, just like my week has been so fucked up. Actually, the last couple weeks have been so fucked up because of my sleep schedule. So, like, I had a job interview.
Ooh.
Oh my god. I had a job interview at this place. It was like 20 minutes away. And 5 minutes into my drive there. So I left at 2:20. My interview was at 3. And it was a 20-minute drive. Easy, I'll be there 10 minutes early, as like who wouldn't be there 10 minutes early? That makes sense.
Yeah.
5 minutes into my fucking drive, I take a left turn onto this road and there's a fucking car crash.
Oof.
And I'm just like, holy shit, a car crash. Uh-oh, not good. So I sat there for like 15 minutes.
Yikes.
I was like, are we going to get through? Because the line was moving forward slowly. And then this one car turns around. And he like does this signal. He's like telling us all to turn around. I was like, holy shit. You fucking serious? So I turn around. I take the long way. And it's an hour.
Ooh.
An hour. Oh. So I had to call the lady. I was like, hey, I'm going to be fucking late.
Yeah.
Sorry, should we reschedule or can I come at a later time? She's like, oh yeah, you can come at 4. I was like, cool. It's a 20, the place was 20 minutes away. I left at 2:20. I got there at 3:30.
Yikes.
I was like, oh my fucking god, dude.
Yeah.
So I got there at 3:30 and I was like, easy. It's a 20-minute drive back. By this time, the accident has to be cleared by now. Has to. It took an hour to fucking get home.
No.
So I got back at like 6-ish.
So like your whole day, it feels like it's just
In the car. Mind-numbingly bored.
Yeah.
For like a 40-minute interview.
God.
Of a job I might not even get.
Damn.
I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah, so I don't even know. Even if I do get the job, I might not even, like, accept it because of that fucking traffic. It was so bad.
Yikes.
Yeah, that shit was ass. I just need to get that off my chest. Shit was fucking trash. I hate traffic.
Yeah.
I hate Seattle. I went to Seattle, right? I actually went to Seattle this one time. You know Pike Place?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hate Pike Place.
Haunted.
That place is fucking trash.
Yeah. I've walked around in it a couple times.
Crackheads, and it smells, and there's just hippies. I hate hippies. Fucking hippies. Not really, but so you know how Pike Place works. There's like a road, and then on one side is Pike Place, and the other side is also like a part of Pike Place, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bunch of like individual shops, and like the original Starbucks is there. But that road, the people there do not respect it as a fucking road. So I'm like driving through crowds of people, and I'm like, am I about to be a conservative man in a BLM fucking protest?
Just mow 'em down,
am I about to
baby.
be a conservative man in a BLM protest? Do I have to? Holy fucking shit. They do not respect anyone.
Nah.
Okay, I'll have, like, oh my god. The drivers in Seattle suck. I'll have, so you know what a safe space is, right? So, like, between cars.
Yeah.
Because if the guy slams on his brake, I'll slam on my brake, and I'll have time to skirt forward and not hit him.
Yeah.
Easy. In Seattle, in that safe space, they'll try to fit, like, 9 different cars there. They don't give a fuck.
Wow.
They don't give a fuck. If you keep safe space, if you keep that space there, they'll honk at you and be like, "Oh, you're slowing me down to work."
I gotta go.
And they'll go in the other lane and like swerve back in. I'm just like, you cocksucking, dick-licking monkey. Whose idea was it for you to fucking drive like this, you bastard child? Demon child. And so basically, there's like this shitty brick road, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving through, and there's just people not respecting that I could kill them.
Whoa.
Vehicular manslaughter is
Let's
a thing.
go.
And they just didn't acknowledge it. And I was like, all right, bastards. All right, you're really pushing my luck here. So I was at a stop sign. And there's no lights. There's no walk lights. Because it's like, that's like the part of Pike Place that's like old and shit. So like there's no like, there's like traffic lights, but there's no like for people walking. So these guys, a group of 90 million people, unmasked bastards.
Oof.
Unmasked bastards.
Unmasked bastards.
They're there, and they all walk across the fucking thing in front of me, and I'm just like, holy
Ding
shit.
dong.
And there's a guy on like so it's a crossroad like this, and I'm on one, and he's on the other, and he has a stop sign, and he just looks at me and just drives. He doesn't even stop because he knows I can't fucking go. And I'm like, this fucking bastard. Like, I hated it. I hate Pike Place. And we went there, me and Jaden went there, and we parked there, and we walked through. It was really nice, and we went to like this pier. It was a nice little pier. It wasn't like by the what's it called? The roundabout thingy that goes up and down. It's a giant wheel with cages. Ferris wheel. Went to the Ferris wheel. And or no, we didn't. It was like one like kind of like next to it. And there's these 2 guys. It was like 90 fucking degrees. They had like a sweatshirt on and like 3 jackets, and they had like fedora. They didn't have fedoras, lol. But like, and they were smoking the fattest J ever. It was like this big.
Nice.
I was like, holy shit.
Nice.
Okay, but here's the thing. They're smoking in public, and like that's legal, right?
Yeah, it's legal here, yeah.
And like there are kids walking by. I'm like, all right, it's legal, but like there are kids here.
Actually, is that legal?
I don't know. Like it
Because
was.
wouldn't that be like considered public intoxication? I guess if you like keep it on the down low, were they keeping it on the down
Yeah,
low?
they're like both hunched over like the pier wall thingy, and they were like, "Here you go, man," and they're like talking about life and
I
politics.
guess that's okay.
And like yeah, but they weren't like swinging it out to the people
Yeah.
and like airing it out there. You know, they kept it like in front of them, which is nice.
Mhm.
But like, so I hate the smell of burning marijuana. I don't like it. It gives me a headache and it makes me kind of nauseous.
Mm.
And like, we were chilling, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the mix of this with the shit seawater and the pollution.
Oh, sounds like a bad mix.
And it was like a tornado
Oh.
of mongrel shit up my nose. It was so bad. It was disgusting, and I hated it. Terrible experience. I hate everyone.
Yeah, that smell would give me some PTSD for sure.
No,
to,
it
like,
was.
when
I already hate the smell of the ocean. It smells like horse shit, salt, and dead fish. And
To me,
seagull shit. You know it doesn't.
To me, I think it's actually along the same lines as like gasoline, where like I don't like it, but I do at the same time.
Oh, I love the smell of gasoline. I just go.
It's like in the same category for me, but I think the smell of like seawater mixed with the smell of schweed would be
Disgusting.
an unpleasant mix, and it would
so bad. It was fucking gross, and I just hated it. I just fucking.
yeah.
Oh my god.
R.I.P.
It really ruined my day, and then and then when we were leaving, there was traffic out too, and I was just like. Seattle sucks. If you live here, if you live in New York, that's basically what New York is. Like it's shit and piss and rats the size of my forearm.
Oof.
Chicago. I hate that place also. San Francisco. I hate that place also. Let me elaborate. No, I'm not elaborating. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me elaborate. So, Chicago, I went there because I have family there. And me and my sister and my mom and my aunt, we all went to this restaurant. And I swear to God, if you don't act like you're from that place, they will slit your fucking throat.
Oof.
I'm not kidding.
I hate people like that and places like that.
Okay, I'm not a social guy, but if I need help, I'm not gonna sit around. If I can figure out myself, I'm gonna fucking ask a random person. Okay, just because like I'm just asking them a quick question. If they don't know, whatever, I'll go on with my life. So we were lost. We wanted to go to this cool restaurant, and they were on their phones. They were like, "Oh, I'm so lost." And I saw this dude. He was just a normal guy. He didn't look like a crackhead. He didn't look like some snobby businessman. He just looked like a normal guy going to his car or whatever. And I said, "Excuse me," and he looks at me like Predator, and I am the prey. He's like, I'm like, "Hey, do you know? Have you heard of blank? Oh, what was it? Nando Peri Peri. I believe that was called. That's what it was called. We tried it, by the way. Nando Peri Peri's fucking weird, and like we tried it. I didn't like it. I hated it. It's like this weird chicken place. I was like, "Hey, do you know where Nando's is?" And he was like, "Who?" I was like, "Do you know where Nando's is? It's a restaurant." He's like, No, I don't. I'm just trying to go home here, man." I was like, "I'm not trying to mug you. I'm like 5'8", and he was like taller than me. I was like,
Yeah.
I just need to know where Nando's is, please." He's like, "No, but you're not from here, you fucking weirdo." I was like, "I'm not gonna answer that because you'll probably kill me." I was like, "Oh, sorry," and I just walk away. And he gets in his car, he drives, and he's driving the same way I'm walking. And it just so happened the timing was I walked to my family, and while he was driving by, and he rolls down his window and he says, "Stop fucking annoying me. I don't know where the fuck Nando's is. I don't want you anyone here." I was like, "Oh my fucking God. Sorry. Jesus goddamn Christ."
Wow.
Yeah. Is also Chicago where the Sears Tower is, right? You know Sears Tower?
I'm not sure.
It's like where that thing...
Sounds right.
It's like where like there's the glass cage.
Hello?
It's like that glass cage you like sit in.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
When's
night.
your birthday?
November 15th.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, and I will also be 20.
Yeah.
We'll be the same level.
Dang.
You're leveling
You'll
up.
level
I'm
up.
leveling
yeah,
up.
We're leveling up.
Out of the teens.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for all the presents and the cake and stuff. We'll be eating
Oh.
some of that in a little
I
bit.
Cut it, so take whatever you want.
Awesome.
Yes!
Yes. Alright.
Funfetti cake!
Love you too.
Funfetti cake's the shit, by the way.
It is. It's
my
the best
favorite.
cake.
So I went to the Sears Tower, and like this just triggered another story. I went to the Sears Tower, and there's this glass cage thing that you can like sit in, and the bottom of it's also glass, so it looks like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall into I'm gonna splat and kill myself and jump off the building.
Right.
Funny. Anyways, the point I'm getting at is there was an Amish family there.
Oh, in Chicago?
Yeah, I know.
The only time I've seen like an Amish family in the wild was on a train when I went to Disneyland for the first time, and they were fucking weird. Like they were just kind of walking by to their seats, but like the older lady looked like terrified of everything because she was like looking around anyway. Talk to me about your Amish family.
Okay, so the Amish family that I ran into in the Sears Tower was fucking. You have to take an elevator. That was not the move for them.
Oh no.
Oh my God, they were going to hell or something.
They
Jesus
just freak
Christ.
out on it.
Yeah, so it was like a mother, a father with like the classic Amish beard,
Yeah.
and a daughter with like like the entire fit of being Amish, and a son, a very very tall son, and they just looked so fucking lost. Like, so we saw them in line, and like they were like whispering to each. They're like, do they speak? What do they speak? Do they speak
I didn't
English?
see mine speak.
They just didn't speak.
They
They're
just didn't speak.
They're like whispering to each other, and I bet they paid in cash, but like it's like $50 for a fucking ticket there. So I'm like, how the fuck do they have like $200 fucking dollars in cash just on them? Bada bing. But how do Amish people even make money? Like, crazy. Am I right?
Crazy.
Do they even pay taxes?
I don't know.
Do they?
They have to, right?
But how do they make money? Because they, like
farming.
Yeah, but they farm by hand, so their production is so much lower than everyone else. It's just unrealistic. Like, no one's gonna be like, oh yes, let's pay these guys to farm and like feed. Anyways, we went on the elevator, and the daughter, like, it started moving, and she like, I swear to God, she was gonna fucking faint. She went full pale. She went full. Oh my God, God has abandoned this place. We are going to hell. She grabbed her father figure. Dad was like, she was like, and then like the doors open. She was like, I was like, holy shit, this lady needs to chill. Does she need I have my inhaler on me, lady. And like, I bet if I pulled out, they'd be like, get that
Black magic.
Black magic.
He's breathing it
Sacrilege! Sacrilege!
Whip out the cross.
Start. Bah! But like, yeah, like and they're like walking around. So there's like what are they called? The Black Sox. It was a baseball team dog tag, and she looked at it and she liked it.
Oh,
I was like,
how sweet.
That's cool. I'd fuck with a dog tag too. Very cool. And her father looked at it. Her father said, "No, this is bad." And like I guess like the S on it stands for Satan or whatever. I don't know. And it was black. So like I'm pretty sure there's black. It's called Black Sox.
White Sox is a team.
White Sox?
Maybe there's a Black Sox too. There's
maybe
Red Sox.
Maybe it was actually
Sox.
White Sox, but it was like a white and black logo. That's why I'm thinking of that. But so it was like that, and like the dad was like, "Damn!" He was like, "This shit is shit. This is why we're Amish. This thing right here.
This is
this dog tag. This is the reason why we do not love technology." I was like, "Oh my God!" He had so much hate.
God.
But like, oh my God.
That's so wild. They're like plucked out of the 1800s. It's like they've been just dropped off. Like,
yeah, it's like time travel.
And they're just like, it's so wild.
Yeah.
But no, mine was the same way. I only like, they just looked so like, they were like they went pale. They were freaked out by the train. They were like, they didn't talk to anybody. They were just kind of walking along.
It was fucking disgusting.
It's wild.
Why did I say it was fucking disgusting? I'm thinking of the city. The Amish people. Yeah. Oh no. So, I'm so
Fuck
sorry.
Amish people.
Fuck Amish. No, I didn't mean to say that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but like, oh God, I actually said. I was like zoned out, and I was like,
it's okay.
Yeah, no. It was just weird. Like, I know that sounds so like.
No, I kind of feel
ignorant to say like. Those people are weird, but like they were weird, bro. Like they were not educated. Like I know about Amish people. Like I know what they're about. I guess if they don't know what I'm about, they might hang me. Who knows? Like I have a friend that's ginger. They might hang him too. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, they're kind of fascinating to me. Just how like, just from another world.
Do they have the mindset of like 1850? Like, you know what I mean?
They try their damnedest, and a lot of them succeed at like just sending their mind back to like, and like I kind of feel bad for them. Like when I saw mine, I was just like, they looked so terrified of everything going on around them that I was like, I kind of feel bad. Like,
yeah, I know. They were just like if you like, you know, like those people that are like survivalists and like want to live in the wild, and just like because of that. But they still, it's not like they're fucking primates.
Yeah, they usually
cavemen.
make that decision.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I just kind of want to get away from society.
Yeah.
But like these guys are like different. Like it's weird.
Born and bred.
But like, how did it start? Were they like in 2002? There's just a group of people that were like, let's go pretend and role play like we're in the 1850s, and then it like caught on, and like they convince their kids out there that like, you know,
Yeah, it's just passed down. I think
Like,
most
how
of
does-
them just pass it down and just raise their kids like that, and they
Like,
get raised. You know,
what's like, what if like when they're pregnant and they have their baby, like how do they survive? Like, isn't it like fatality rate of without modern medicine, like having a baby like super low?
it's like 50%. I think
Fuck that.
it's like 50%.
But like, yeah, but like,
But I mean, some of them kind of like cheat a little bit. They might like have friends that they can like drive to their shop and pick some. Like some of
Yeah.
them don't. Some of them do.
you
It's,
know, like
but,
they, yeah,
you
it's
know,
just
just
fucking
be like, oh well, the world's changed so much. You kind of have to interact with it. That's why.
yeah.
I mean,
there's
they
stuff
went to
that
the
like you
city.
just can't help.
Yeah,
but
they
you
went
kind of.
You know, they were in Chicago, so I mean, that was an example.
Yeah,
of
they
that.
were just like
kinda
like how did they get there? Like where do they
By
live?
carriage,
By
like by
carriage?
horse and carriage. Like
Is
I don't
there
know.
did they take a taxi or they like fucking
Maybe they
terrified
took
in
the
the
train,
taxi?
too.
It was fucking crazy. It was anyway.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's just like sitting someone down and be like, I just want to like show them stuff.
yeah,
And they'll be like, what do you think about this? Like, and they'll like explain how it's satanic and oh, this is like, I don't know what this means, and just like it freak them
yeah.
out.
I want to show them a
probably.
car and be like, they'll be like, that is the ride of the devil. That is what he rides in. I'll show them the horse. Like, oh yeah, that's Jeffrey the horse. He plows our fields. I'm like, first of all, it's a Subaru Forester. Fuck you. But like, you know, I don't know. They're just weird. They're not that weird to that I hate them, but it's just like, I don't
Yeah.
understand. I don't understand. I feel there's like a good medium between being too into technology. Like I have friends that like everything in their house is automated. They're like, hey Siri, turn off the lights, turn off the oven. Hey Siri, lock the door. Hey Echo.
Overkill a little bit.
Yeah, Echo, scrub my butthole. You know,
Bidet,
like all
baby.
that shit. Yeah, but like I feel there's like a happy medium, and like they're two extremes. But like, oh my god, the Amish people, good for them.
Good for them.
I wonder, are they vaccinated? Probably not. I bet if I went there with a cold,
Disease ridden.
if I wanted, if theoretically, if someone wanted to get rid of the Amish people, theoretically speaking, they could be like, oh man, I have a really bad cold. Let me go visit my Amish friends. And, and just they're all dead.
Sorry.
It's a plague.
bad.
It's the plague to them because
Yeah.
you know, get vaxxed. I want to talk about cake because the only
Talk
thing I
about
wanted to
cake.
talk about was what the fuck is red velvet?
That's black magic right there. If the Amish saw that, they would have a crisis.
That's
of, like,
valid though. That's
That
valid.
is valid. Yeah. 'Cause
What
I
the
would
fuck
too.
is the flavor red velvet?
I think I've tried it a couple
What is
times.
it? It's just cake.
It's not for me. I know that.
So theoretically speaking, technically by
It's
definition,
like cherry almost.
y-
It's like cherry kind of.
that's what I'd think. But theoretically, in science, on paper, statistically, in science speaking, it's like a rich chocolate flavor. It's like supposed to be some like rich chocolate flavor.
Whatever you say, boomer.
I know.
I mean,
That's all.
You can tell me whatever you want to tell me about what it is. I ain't touching it.
I ain't touching.
You're not gonna get me.
I ain't
to
touching it. Fuck red velvet. Funfetti all the way.
Funfetti for
Funfetti all the
life.
way. You may ask what funfetti is. Fuck you. That's why. That's our podcast.
Exactly. That's
I
the
need a shit.
episode.